Many of you are very talented, but if you really want to wow me today, you're going to have to show something extra. Little thing I've coined heart.
I think his mom drank when she was pregnant or something.
Attaboy, JD. Hustle, hustle.
I believe in you, JD. Don't listen to those motherfuckers.
I know your heart's on the football field, but I need your head in history class, Mr. Vance.
Yes, Vance, yes.
That stupid freak will never make the team. He's a loser.
Fuck you, Gavin. You and your dad are both gay.
Damn it, Vance, I wish I had 100 of you. If only you could get those godforsaken test scores up.
If you ask a hot chick to prom, I'll give you a C because history smiles upon the bold.
Asking me for my permission to ask my daughter to prom is a really classy move.
Vance past history. Now let's go beat the shit out of the Soros High Goblins.
Yo, it's JPI Vance. Me got baby face, me big boss man. Me like America, me got good plan. Mexico water make Gulf US obey. Me make Zelensky say thanks to my face. Me got baby face, me got big chair. Trump bad, Trump good, me no care. Me write big book, kill billies and stuff. Now me important, we're tired tough. Me go Yale school, me learn big word. Now me forget everything me heard. Silicon people give me job, me take. Now me like Trump, me make no mistake. Yo, it's JD Advance. Me fight walk folk, me say never die. Me protect kids, me born liberal. Him, them, America simple, only two gender. Me face, me big boss man. Me like America, me got good plan. Mexico water make Gulf US of A. Me make Zelensky say thanks to my face. Too many gender for my agenda. Went on a bender, execo the sender. Might take Panama just like na. Might take Gaza, pop then a plaza. We this one majesty.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome into a Saturday edition of CobraCast 199. I am your host, Jeremy Prime, Mage IDOT of Unit 199. Happy to see all of you here on a Saturday. That's right. And hope you're all doing well. We're going to catch up on the day's news. And, of course, JD Advanced intros, always setting us up for a good stream indeed. We have MegaCon right around the corner, and it's very, very exciting. We're less than 2 weeks now away from MegaCon. So if you are going to be joining us, we have the official time for our panel, which will be 10:15 a.m. Saturday, March 21st. And, of course, we have the meetup, and right now, there are no more tickets available. Sold out. And when that says sold out, that means they're free, but you had to claim them. However, I will tell everyone that even if you did not get an RSVP, it's not like you can't get into City Walk. City Walk's massive. But the location itself, we're going to have to be funneling people in and out anyway, because the location we have is not going to hold as many people that has RSVP'd. So we're going to have some crowd control or something. And everybody's going to have to understand it's going to have to be a rotation of things. So it's going to be crazy. There's going to be a lot of fucking people there, man. I can't wait to see all of you. It's going to be an awesome time. And I would also urge you for the panel at MegaCon, get there early. I would urge you to get there early because I don't think that we're definitely going to fill up the room more than likely. And there might be standing room only. They may be allow people to stand up, but get there early and get in line. It's going to be awesome. Can't wait. So, and then me and Gary will be at the Ripaverse booth. If you go to geeksandgamers.com, we've got an article over there that's breaking everything down. So make sure you go check that out. Mods can drop a link to that. And you'll have all the details there in the article. So, but how's everybody doing? Packet Proton says State Department looking to deport Hassan. Stormbreaker says all hail Cobra Commander Jeremy and King Trump. Ladybug says to piss Wonder Vision off tax. Whoa. Who's Wonder Vision? And why is Wonder Vision mad? Is Wonder Vision mad because people super chat? Is that what's going on here? I don't even know. I didn't see anything. Ladybug, what happened? We need information now. Let's see here. Will Ryan sing at the con? Maybe. You never know. Ladybug sounding the alarm on TDS. Is that what it is? We got somebody that doesn't like Trump. Oh, he's bitching about Trump in the chat, says Ladybug. Okay. Well, for Wonder Vision, I dedicate this to you. It's so fun to watch these people just lose their mind over Trump, man. I saw it today. I'll have to find it in my bookmarks. But it was a tweet from Ari Fleischer, who formerly of the Trump in the Bush White House. And they were talking about Trump. And let me find it. Find this tweet right here, because it was all about Barack Hussein Obama. And Barack Hussein Obama is the reason that that Trump is in the White House at this point. I mean, he just is. It's Barack Hussein Obama's anti-Trump rhetoric, where he decided to make fun of Trump and go off on him. And Barack Hussein Obama at Jesse Jackson's funeral went on an anti-Trump. Right here it is. We'll show this here in just a minute, because that's actually a good narrative to build. Rolling the wretched for $100 is Jerry. Your mission, if you choose to accept it, will be to get me to 700 subs before the end of this CobraCast. If you succeed, you will get an additional $400. Holy rolling. You can't be King Transgrifter because of the other Jeremy. God dang it. How many are you at? Let's see here. I got to get you to 700. Okay, let's see. All right, here's Roland the Wretched's channel. He's at 592, so we've got to get him 108 subs. Okay, we can $400 more. Are you fucking kidding me? Fuck yeah! I'll even subscribe. I'll be the 700th. Okay, I'll be the 700th. How about that? All right. Holy shit, he's already up to 614. Damn. You're already at 614. This is going to happen. I'll just say this, all right? This may or may not be the first time I've ever said this in my life, but this is going to happen a lot quicker than I expected. That may or may not be the first time I've ever said that in my life, okay? This is happening a lot quicker than I anticipated. I'm not sure if I should apologize. In other situations, I've had to apologize. So, never happened though. So. All right, looks like it's going to happen, Roland. Best 27 seconds of her life. You damn right. I think I can get, like, all right, you're close. I'm going to try to be number 700. I'm going to try. Let's see if I can be number 700. 683, 684, 685, 687, 689. All right, we got 11 to go. 10 more to go. 9, 7. I'm going to do it now. Boom. And bam. We have done it. It happened a lot quicker than I was expecting, but at least we're happy in the end, right? There you go, Roland. Bam. Done. That was the snake pit steps up, man. You guys are insane. Best 2 minutes of her life. Hail to you, Roland. EF says, did you see Fetterman dropping clips of dozens of Dems calling for war with Iran? He may be kicked out of the Senate. The dude is flying very close to the sun. He is flying way too close to the sun, and I'm okay with that. Let me see if I can find this video that I want to show you guys. Is this it right here? Dang it. I don't know how to look this video up. I've reacted to this video before, and I don't know where exactly to look for it. So maybe this is about Obama, and when Obama basically went after Trump and created this. Holy crap. Roland the Wretched for $400. Promises made, promises kept. Love you, Jeremy, in the snake pit. Thanks for all you do. Hopefully this gets the chat some Sydney Sweeney. I think it will get some Sydney Sweeney. I absolutely think so. What do you guys think? Do you think that's going to happen? I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. Oh boy. There it is right there. Should I just start a 24-hour channel with just Sydney Sweeney? Should we do that? 24 hours of this right here. I think that'll probably do well. What do you think? Probably get some decent views. I would think, So, in my opinion, yes, just do a 24. Yeah, I think YouTube would probably take that channel down. pretty sure YouTube would probably take that channel down. Let me see. I really want to find this video of Trump and Obama, but I don't know how to look it up. Is this it right here? This might be it. You know what? We're just going to go with this one right here because I think this is the one. Again, thank you, Roland, you mad lad. And congratulations, brother. Absolutely insane support. So I appreciate you, man. $400, $500. Insane. Okay, so this is I want to point right here off of, okay, because this right here is what Ari Fleischer said. He says, if you want to know why Donald Trump was elected, watch Barack Obama's attack speech yesterday at Jesse Jackson's funeral. He did it as he did throughout his presidency. He created a straw man to describe Republicans as bigots who forced the American people to turn on each other. He said similar crap when he was president and the GOP was the party of Bush, McCain, and Romney. And this is, everybody knows this, but this is what he has created right here. And this is why they deserve everything that they're getting. Every single thing that they're getting, they deserve it. Because Barack Hussein Obama was so arrogant that he thought that he could actually make fun of Donald Trump in front of the world and Donald Trump would forget about it. Well, that was a bad decision on his part. Let's see. Obama is one of the most divisive figures in U.S. history, except he is celebrated by the mainstream media because they are partisans. They take sides and loved and protected Obama. And it's no wonder a tough, no BS bull in the China shop emerged. That person was a fed up Trump. And everything he's saying right here is accurate as hell. And if you go back, this right here is where Donald Trump, President Trump, was born right here. I don't remember this particular video, but there was another one that I was reacting to before, but inside the night President Obama took on Donald Trump.
This past July, Donald Trump accepted the Republican nomination.
I humbly and gratefully accept your nomination for the presidency of the United States.
It was a moment of vindication for a candidate who had climbed back from a bitter public humiliation.
We're talking about the White House Correspondents' Dinner tonight. It's an annual event right here. Donald Trump has been.
It happened in April 2011 at one of Washington, D.C.'s most glamorous nights.
I got to talk to Donald as we were going to our seats, and he was in just such a great mood, and he was very...
This is a backstabber right here, by the way. Omarosa, who was on The Apprentice, she is a complete backstabber.
Jovial, and people were taking pictures, and it was very exciting that Donald was there. And
Trump's invitation to the exclusive gathering came after weeks of attacking President Barack Obama on television.
You are not allowed to be a president if you're not born in this country. He may not have been born in this country, but there's something on that person, maybe religion, maybe it says he's a Muslim. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't want that, or he may not have one. But I will tell you this, if he wasn't born in this country, it's one of the great scams of all time.
Absolutely. But that night, in front of Washington's journalists, politicians, and power brokers, Obama would hit back.
President Obama takes the microphone.
All right, everybody, please have a seat. Donald Trump is here tonight.
And proceeds to fillet Donald publicly.
No one is happier. No one is.
Jason says, now that he's paid, have everyone unsub. You know what? That would be pretty funny. But no, don't, obviously. We love Roland. Roland has been in the fellowship in the 199 for a long time, and I appreciate his grind. If he ever pisses me off, though, I might. So
prouder to put this birth certificate matter to rest than the Donald. And that's because he can finally get back to focusing on the issues that matter. Like, did we fake the moon landing?
I was sitting 20 feet from him, and just the look of discomfort on his face.
What really happened in Roswell? And where are Biggie and Tupac?
Donald's face was so incredibly serious.
Oh, this is the moment right here. This is the moment right here where they all screwed up, okay? And this is it. This is the moment where Donald Trump said, I'm going to destroy every piece of your legacy. Right here is when he decided it.
It was so incredibly he just put on a poker face.
I was 2 tables away from Trump. The conventional way in Washington of absorbing a joke at the White House Correspondents' Dinner is to keep your chin up and at least pretend to have a sense of humor about it, even if you go cry into your pillow that night. Trump was steaming. His face was all locked in. He was not having a good time.
All kidding aside, obviously we all know about your credentials and breadth of experience. For example, no, seriously, just recently in an episode of Celebrity Apprentice at the steakhouse, the men's cooking team did not impress the judges from Omaha Steaks. And there was a lot of blame to go around, but you, Mr. Trump, recognized that the real problem was a lack of leadership. And so ultimately you didn't blame Little John or Meatloaf. You fired Gary Busey. And these are the kind of decisions that would keep me up at night.
And he's being treated.
Wasn't this around the time Ann Coulter said Trump would win and they all laughed? No, this is before Trump ever declared. This is before Trump ever was running. This is way before that even. This is the moment where Trump decided he was going to run and he was going to destroy everything that Barry accomplished.
Like a piñata by the President of the United States. And I think he felt humiliated.
Well handled, sir. Well handled.
But it just kept going, and he just kept hammering him. And I thought, oh, Barack Obama is starting something that I don't know if he'll be able to finish.
Say what you will about Mr. Trump. He certainly would bring some change to the White House. Let's see what we've got up there.
Donald dreads humiliation, and he dreads shame. And this is why he often attempts to humiliate and shame other people. So in the case of the president ridiculing him, I think this was intolerable for Donald Trump.
I think that is the night that he resolves to run for president. I think that he is kind of motivated by it. Maybe I'll just run. Maybe I'll show them all.
Every critic, every detractor will have to bow down to President Trump. It's everyone who's ever doubted Donald, whoever disagreed, whoever challenged him. It is the ultimate revenge to become the most powerful man in the universe.
God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America.
Donald Trump's fantasy is to be the guy who takes the key to the Oval Office from Barack Obama's hand in 2017. And it's personal. This is a burning personal need that he has to redeem himself from being humiliated by the first black president.
Trump is the first black president, okay? That has been confirmed. Trump is the first black president, okay? He's been arrested. He's got like 3 babies' mamas. He's been shot at, all right? He's the first black president. So again, that video is to kind of bring up what Ari Fleischer says here, where, again, Barack Hussein Obama has not learned anything. He hasn't learned anything because at Jesse Jackson's funeral, he used this as an opportunity to once again attack Trump. You're not going to win anything if this is the route you want to go. They have learned nothing. The left has learned nothing, and they are continuing down the same road that has ended up putting them where they are. So go for it, man. If this is the route you want to go for it. All right? Now, I hope that they continue to do just this because they can't help it. TDS. He can't help himself no matter what. So I wanted to bring that up as just a point that it's still going on and they still have learned absolutely nothing. Let's see. We got that one. Stormbreaker says, Trump is my president. Make him king. This I command. Stormbreaker says, Trump is kicking ass and taking names. Trump is king. Little Jim Saylor says, it's so over for Brandon Herrera. The Dems is double his size and could finish the buffet in one sitting. She could have her own gravitational pull. They are going after Brandon Herrera so much right now. It is laughable. This is what happens when you are bothering the machine, and Brandon Herrera is getting attacks like crazy. Udite says, I just paused and actually read the news article about Newsom in the intro movie trailer. If anyone hasn't done that, I strongly suggest it. Oh, you talking about the intro? Yeah, I haven't even read the details on that. Metal Light says, hope everyone is safe from the storms. Thank you. Little Jim Saylor says, Wonder Vision is slow tax. Yeah, Ladybug got everything started. Mar Millen says, where do you think 50 Cent got his level of petty? Trump has always been this way. He's a great guy. But if you humiliate, do shit like this to him, he'll fucking take everything away from you. Yeah, that's true. 50 Cent's pretty damn petty. I remember what was that with Ja Rule where 50 Cent bought out like all of the tickets in the front row of Ja Rule's concert. And so there was literally now I mean like the first, like the whole like section, not just like the first row, but like the whole front section. 50 Cent bought all of it out. So then within his performance, there was nobody up front. And so good, dude. Two Penny Puppet says, is MegaCon always the third weekend in March? No, they change it up a lot. They kind of rotate this whole thing all over the place. So Packy Proton says, thanks to Jerry Ryan. We got Obama in the White House. Lapco says, that black dude looked familiar. Didn't he used to be somebody? Packy Proton says, Obama's people throwing nail brooms in NYC now. Jackson Cagle says, sup, Jeremy Chat. What's up, man? Wyoming Sasquatch says, Meek refused to raid you tax. Sergio says, Obama unleashed a beast that never saw even coming, and that was Donald Trump. Yes, correct. Spirian with the 199 super sticker. Thank you, Spirian. We also had a crazy story. I'm not sure how much of this video I can play, so I'm going to be careful. But right here, whole situation today. New York City officials say they have identified 2 suspects in connection with the attempted bolt and nail bomb attack while shouting Allah I was gonna say freaking Star Wars characters. Allah Akbar in the Jake Lang's anti-Muslim protest. And Jake Lang says, I just survived an assassination attempt by these 2 Muslim men. They made a homemade bomb they threw, landed 3 feet in front of me. The detonator failed to ignite because God is on the throne of my life. We will never surrender to Islam. So let's see here. I don't know how much of this. I have not watched this. But Admiral Akbar. Yeah, I was going to say that, and I got messed up, but I don't know these fucking Islam words. Here we go. absolutely insane, dude. It's just crazy, man. So the fact that you have mainstream and Hollywood and all of these celebrities always telling us that we need to welcome this nonsense into our country is absolutely fucking crazy. So I had just heard about this, so I wasn't overly familiar with the story. But yeah, man, this dude's going to end up like this Jake Lang dude. He is always involved in some shit, man. And I'm not saying, he shouldn't be. I'm just saying like dude is always involved in some crazy shit. But respect for him always putting himself out there. He's just going to have to be very, very careful, man, because he is always involved in shit every time I turn around. Now, next up, we have, he's on the edge. Yeah, he's absolutely on the edge. It's kind of crazy to watch him constantly being involved in something. This is video we are getting out of Tehran. It is crazy, dude. Okay. Aftermath of strikes carried out on oil depots in Tehran. Look at this shit. Wild.
نابود کرد.
Oh, and we've got a more close-up view too. We've got a more close-up view right here. Here we go. Look at this. It does look like hell. It's like hell on earth, man. That's pretty much what we're dealing with there. Absolutely insane. So yeah, the imagery we're getting right now, this one from a distance is pretty wild, that I just showed, but pretty crazy, man. It does. It's like the apocalypse, man. It's crazy. Now, we did get some comments from President Trump today. Right here. I don't know how well we can hear this. Okay, so right here, we got some. So there's been a lot of reports that there was a girls' school that was blown up, like 160 students or something like that. We've been getting a lot of mixed reports about who was responsible for that. President Trump addressed it today, and this is what Trump said about it.
Did the United States bomb a girls' elementary school in southern Iran on the first day of the war and kill 175 people?
In my opinion, based on what I've seen, that was done by Iran.
Is that true, Mr. Hickson? It was Iran who did that?
Investigating.
Still investigating.
But the only side that targets civilians is Iran.
We think it was done. We think it was done by Iran. Because they're very inaccurate, as you know, with their munitions. They have no accuracy whatsoever. It was done by Iran.
So what's interesting about that and how that's being approached is, it's weird because, well, it's not weird, but they're clearly investigating this because if they just wanted to say it was Iran, they could. All right. But they're basically saying, like, based on everything we've seen, based on what our, research is, they could just blatantly say that it's Iran if they wanted to. But so it seems like they are looking into it to find out what has happened. But I mean, it's an awful situation regardless. Like, it's awful. And there's no good from that at all. But yes, if you look at who actually targets civilians, who actually goes about this, Iran does. So it's just tough. It's a horrible, horrible, terrible situation, regardless as to how it happened. But it is what it is. Don't respond to the troll. We tend to make a lot of money when I respond to the trolls, so I kind of like doing that. But I ain't got time for them right now. But maybe a little bit later. Right here, President Trump says we're winning by a lot. Here we go.
We're winning the war by a lot. We've decimated their whole evil empire. It'll continue, I'm sure, for a little while. But very proud of the people, the parents. The parents were so proud of their boy, as they call him, my boy, in case the young lady. The parents are so proud. Many of them are military parents, as you know. So but it's always a very sad thing. The war itself is going unbelievably. It's as good as it can be.
So there's Trump talking about everything that's going on right now. And he's been busy. He's been very, very busy today. And he did say President Trump gives fire response when asked about Russia giving intelligence to Iran to help target American forces. If they are, they're not doing a very good job because Iran's not doing very well.
Whether Russia is supporting Iran somehow in this.
I know the audio's a little low.
I have had no indication of that whatsoever. If they are, they're not doing a very good job because Iran is not doing too well.
So I know you probably can't hear that very well, but he says, you know, if they are, they're not doing a very good job. And then we have this right here. Let me find it. Give me just a second. United Kingdom. That's right. So Trump says that the Iran war is already won, telling the UK we don't need them. The UK, our once great ally, maybe the greatest of them all, is finally giving serious thought to sending 2 aircraft carriers to the Middle East. That's okay, Prime Minister Starmer. We don't need them any longer, but we will remember. I love it, but we will remember. We don't need people that join wars after we've already won. Holy crap. Absolute savage. And of course, we know Keir Starmer, the man with negative aura. We might as well go ahead and show that clip. Let me find it. Starmer has 0 aura, like negative aura. It's pretty incredible. Right here it is. The man with negative aura. Here it is. It's so bad, man. And I don't know if I could find that one clip where Starmer thought he was going to talk when Trump called him up, and I don't know if I can find it. Let me see if I can find this one. It's so funny. Like Trump was doing this, Trump was talking, and then he called Starmer up, and Starmer looked so excited. See, here's the meme of it right here. Come here. Now fuck off. It was so good. What up, Jay? Drunk 3PO's in the chat. What up, Jay? Hail Drunk 3PO. He's such a pathetic loser. Is that it? No, that's not it. It was so embarrassing though. He like calls him up and then like he makes him feel like he's going to let him talk. And then he just like Trump just turns around and starts talking, and Starmer just looks like a lost puppy dog. Trump put him in the corner. Yes, he did. He absolutely did. Is this it? No. Hard to find. Like Twitter, and I've heard some people say this, like in a lot of ways, Twitter is kind of becoming Google for a lot of people. Instead of going to Google, people are going to Twitter. However, the search function on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, is it's not where it needs to be at this point in time. I do see this one right here, right there. We will remember. We will remember, Starmer, with your 0 aura, negative aura. Yeah, search does suck on Twitter. It's not great. It's not great. Like YouTube has great search function, but Twitter, not so much. Little Jim Sailor says CNN reporting has a reporter covering for Iran traders. That doesn't surprise me, actually. Phil for 20 says just in Mythic is parting with Asmongold, bunch of pork sandwich enjoyers. I just saw that from, is it what's his name? Pirate Nation? I see Pirate Nation said something. All right, here we go right here. Mythic Talent and Asmongold have mutually parted ways. The agency confirmed they spoke with him and agreed to separate. I don't even know what's going on with this. We have spoken with Asmongold and mutually agreed to part ways. Mythic represents creators from a wide range of backgrounds and perspectives, and we are committed to fostering an environment grounded in respect and responsibility. We remain focused on supporting our creators and continuing our mission to help them build a sustainable long-term career. So let me repeat what they're trying to say here because they don't want to say it. So let me tell you what this means. Mythic represents creators from a wide range of backgrounds and perspectives, as long as they're not Trump supporters or conservative. And we are committed to fostering an environment grounded in respect and responsibility, as long as they line up with the leftist narrative. That's what that means, okay? Anytime a company says some word salad bullshit like that, that's what it means. Now, again, I don't really know I don't know anything about Mythic Talent. I don't know who all they represent. The fact that they've been with Asmongold for this long, I mean, that was probably something that was a problem for them for a long time. I don't know what other creators are involved with them. But again, who is like, I don't know who the, what do they do? I don't even know what a talent agency does. Maybe because I'm not talented, but I don't know what a talent agency does. I don't know what this fucking does. What do they do? Sid Kirsch's part of them? Yeah, I don't know what they do. So Asmongold is the co-founder. Is that it? Okay, see, I didn't know this. Yes, and Asmongold is only slightly conservative. Okay, let me explain to you. There's no such thing as slightly conservative in the world of people on the left, okay? You either think Trump is the most evil person that's ever existed and you are willing to denounce him constantly, or you are a far right-wing QAnon MAGA supporter who stormed the Capitol, okay? That is exactly how it works. Simple as that. There's no such thing as them going like, is he even conservative? Yes, he is full-blown MAGA, J6, all of that QAnon, because he says anything remotely slightly complimentary about Trump at one point in time. That makes him everything that they believe Trump supporters are. So again, not sure exactly what all that is about, but it is what it is. So Johnny the Wizkid says, if you think that explosion in Tehran on the oil refinery was bad, watch the biggest explosion ever in China. It's insane. It's an insane, like, big kaboom. I may have seen that one before. Sherry Allen says, Laura Loomer reported in Twitter that a SW airline from Nashville to Florida had to divert to Atlanta last night. A Muslim man said he had a bomb and was going to blow up the place. I actually have that pulled up thanks to Eric K. Appreciate you, Eric. It's the only time I'm going to say something nice about you. Let me see here. Let me find it. Right here. Okay. So thank you, Sherry Allen. Breaking, Southwest Airline flight 2094 from Nashville to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, was forced to divert to Atlanta late last night after an Arabic looking Muslim passenger on board the plane threatened to blow the plane up with a bomb. You can see the SWAT team apprehend the Muslim passenger while terrified passengers were forced to put their hands up. Arab Eric. Yeah, well, Eric's the one that sent me the link. So I was thinking of Eric. Eric K sent me the link. So anyway, there you have it right here. Hang on. Again, I'm just going to say what I'm going to sound like a broken record. Okay. This is why I drive everywhere. I know everybody doesn't have the ability to do that. And probably it's a bad decision for me. It's a bad business decision. It's a bad life decision because I spend I'll drive to California from Florida before I get on a fucking plane. All right. I ain't doing it.
I'm just trying to do the straight bathroom.
Let's go. Stand up. Everybody heads down. Stand up. Stand up.
Again, I'm going to say what I've said many times. Profiling saves lives. Simple as that. All right. I'll be the first to tell you, I'm out and about with my family. I will profile the hell out of people. And if somebody doesn't look like somebody I want to be around, I'm going the other direction every time. Profiling saves lives. It just does. And that's just the truth of the matter. So, I will never apologize for that. Marmilla says he created Mythic, if I recall. So the fact that they're moving away from him is insane. Yeah, that is crazy. That is crazy. Let's see. Bright Matt says get Starmer and Labor out. Get reform in UK. Disinfected Science says clocks go back tonight. Tax. Go Tigers. Yeah. So how does that? So clocks, do they go back? So I lose an hour or I gain an hour because my birthday's tomorrow. So when do I actually when is my birthday here? So is that like, so it goes forward? So my birthday gets here sooner? Is that how that works? Okay. My birthday gets here sooner. All right. Smigoli says, Jeremy and chat, can y'all take a big swig of water for me, a working man, 2 days in the USPS city carrier. So many swigs of water. Jeremy Gay. There we go. There we go. Swig of water for the working man, as always. There we have it. And you know what's interesting? I normally I don't really care to celebrate my birthday. I think it's super gay, whatever. But interestingly enough, guess how old I will be tomorrow? Guess how old I'll be tomorrow? So it's an interesting number that ties directly to Trump. That's right. 47. Jake says Mythic talent dropped Asman makes me think that Mythic is about to be bought by CAA or UTA. So let's see. Green Ranger says profile tax. You damn right. Damn, I'm old. Yes, I am. Very old. Gonna die soon. So gonna die soon. But as long as, I'm not here for a long time, I'm here for a good time. So Chad says, happy birthday, 49. Not quite. Tiger blood. You look 35. Most people think I'm in my early 30s. So, let's see. Lapco says that Jared, daylight savings time means that you turn your clock back 2 hours. Plan your meetings accordingly. Don't make life easy for him, guys. Dougie B for $100 says, happy birthday month, ya fig. That's what's up. Thank you, Dougie B. Hail to you. I don't know if I'll go live tomorrow. We'll see. But Yeah. I mean, I'm sure Trump will do something tomorrow. Grumpy Gen Xer 50 says, birthday tax. Mod Eric says, 47. You look terrible for 47. Chat thought older. I feel older. I actually feel like I'm 25. I really do. And I act like that too. Babo Yogi says, old AF tax. Mod Lives Matter. Chat Lives Matter. You still suck. Chad says, oops. That's okay. You were only off by 2 years. It's all good. Take the day off as your birthday. I don't care. Like, I don't care about celebrating my birthday. I haven't cared about it in 20 something years. So, and here's the beauty of the internet. Watch this. Okay. I might be 47 now, but if I turn the beauty filter on, oh, look at that. I'm crystal clean. Look at that. No blemishes. Got the beauty filter turned on. Look at that. Beauty filter. Now I'm only 25 years old. Look at there. Yeah. Beauty filter time. Now we'll turn it off and go back to being old. And we're old again. And we're old again. Damn it. Oh, well, it worked for a few minutes. So, made you look older. That's what I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start an OnlyFans, and I'm going to turn the beauty filter on. I'm gonna grift over there. So I like that. That'd be good. Oh man, people are going crazy over this Asmongold situation. So hang on. So Asmongold and his talent agency have split up just days after Casey Tron went after them. Is that what this is about? Oh, look at that. Okay, it's starting to make sense now. It's starting to make sense. Here's a list of all the brands and creators that have parted with Asmongold's talent agency, Mythic Talent. Why they want to be represented by someone who cheers for death every day is beyond me. Should probably start asking them. This is why this is why I don't like anything. These people will go after your livelihood. This is why I am supported. Geeks and Gamers is supported by the people and the people only. So you can't stop this train. Only I can by being a retard. And maybe I have lost some people because I'm retarded. But that point being is that the people support this, and the only way that this train stops is if the people decide it stops. It's simple as that. I like being built by the people for the people. Jackson says a birthday shot. Ask Asmon to join G&G now. I don't think Asmon knows who I am, and I don't think he knows who Geeks and Gamers is. Heir to the Empire says happy birthday, Tax. Thank you. Quagmire says, I thought you were like 53. Well, that's good, I guess. And Nielsen says, grift the shit out of your birthday. Ministry of Something says, you can't underestimate the significance of the 9-0 SCOTUS ruling. The forces judged to defer to immigration courts over deportations, a.k.a. lib judges can't use due process to stall deportations. That 9-0 victory was a huge victory. Absolutely. He has watched a few videos. He always remembers. I don't know. I mean, I've been shocked at like some people that know who I am. And then other situations I've been like, yeah, that person has no idea who I am. I can tell you somebody who doesn't know who I am, Piers Morgan. Even though I've been on his show multiple times, he has no idea who I am. Another one, Alex Jones. Alex Jones has no idea who I am, even though he's been on 2 Friday Night Tights and we have texted multiple times. And I guarantee you that if I'm walking down the street and Alex Jones passes me, he has no idea who I am. Guarantee you. And honestly, I'm okay with that. Not a big problem. What is this right here? Dougie B for 20 says, oh, dang, I thought you were in your 20s. My condolences. Only got a few more years left, so we'll see what goes on. We'll see. Grino Drum says, beauty filter gave Tim Pool a beanie. No other way. Let's see. Word Nerd says, dude, people just avoid you. Accept it. Yeah, you're right. You are correct. I guess that's why we have a sold out meetup coming up. Man, look at all those people avoiding me. Oh, how will we ever survive with all of these people avoiding me? What will I do? How will I go on? I'm not sure. But I do know it's going to be awesome. That's what I do know. And just as a matter of fact, just to show you guys, because where the fuck is it? Hang on. There's a I always forget where this account is. Is that it? Okay. Jeremy fell off. His channel is dying. It's over. It's over. And again, as a quick reminder, MegaCon happening. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be Saturday, the weekend of MegaCon. So if you have not made plans, you should, because it's going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to have a lot of fun at the panel. I do have this video from a few years ago right here. So this right here, our boy Benny and the panel, he covered the panel last time.
We're going to the Geeks and Gamers panel to see and stay incredibly based. This was our first comic convention, so I didn't know what to expect when we walked into the Geeks and Gamers breakout session at MegaCon. Look at this packed room, wall to wall, people standing, room only, with some of our favorite creators on the internet, Nerdrotic.
There's Beardo. Did you see Beardo? Look at Beardo there.
Favorite creators on the internet, Nerdrotic, Critical Drinker, Eric July, RK Outpost, Ryan Kinnell, and Jeremy, the founder of Geeks and Gamers. What a kick-ass crew. It was an honor to be invited, and, well, I was never expecting this.
It's good stuff. So anyway, that is we're gonna do that again this year, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. And I can't wait to see everybody out there. Candy T says, "Happy birthday!" As a 53-year-old, I completely understand feeling 25 and acting 25. That's me. That's me. I appreciate it, Candy. Marmilla says, "To be fair, Alex Jones just thinks all Jeremys are the same. So Ron Jeremy quartering you all the same in Alex's mind." That is very true. Very true. Mudkips says, Alex Jones just operates on a whole different level. Yes, he does. Ministry of One Thing says, Obama was lucky Trump doesn't have Tourette's. Udite says, Alex Jones might recognize you, but he would think you were someone else. He'd call you Ryan Kinnell or Critical Drinker or something, probably. Jeremy the Cyborg says, liked your idea. Currently live with Sydney Sweeney with the red dress on loop. Hey, not bad. Not bad. I respect it. I definitely do. Okay, next up on tonight's agenda, we did get this right here. Iran says we will punish Trump for assassinating Supreme Leader Khamenei, whatever they say. We will never let him go. Now, we get a lot of propaganda out of Iran, so I don't know how much we are, to take from this or how legit this is, but I think this is hilarious. All right. Go ahead. All right. Go ahead and talk all the shit you want. Okay. That's exactly what we want. We want you to talk shit and threaten Trump, because I think we've seen it many times. It's not going to go over very well for you. All right. Simple as that. This is not going to end well. Why is YouTube just so jacked up for me? I don't know why it keeps messing up. But we've heard them pushing a lot of propaganda, and I personally do not think anything of it. I think they're just talking more shit like they often do, but not going to go over very well. Okay. Right here. Let me see if I can find it. There was a clip that I wanted to show you. Right here. Here we go.
So moments ago, President Trump posting on Truth Social with a new warning to Iran. He writes, Iran, which is being beat to hell, has apologized and surrendered to its Middle East neighbors and promised that it will not shoot at them anymore. This promise was only made because of the relentless U.S. and Israeli attack. Today, Iran will be hit very hard, under serious consideration for complete destruction and certain death because of Iran's bad behavior. Are areas and groups of people that were not considered for targeting up until this moment in time. And it comes after the president held a meeting with executives from 7 defense industry giants yesterday in a bid to boost production of higher tier weaponry amid the fighting in Iran. So let's turn to the wall and break down some of the numbers behind the conflict. Of course, from the very beginning, when you have asymmetrical warfare like this, you have a real problem because the United States has all of the money and the big weapons, but a place like Iran has lots of weapons, but they're much cheaper. For example, they are firing hundreds and they have thousands of these Iranian drones that cost them between $20,000 and $50,000 a piece to make. They have been the leaders in making those cheap drones. It costs us somewhere between $2 and $5 million each for, say, Patriot interceptors or the THAAD interceptor to cost as much as $10 million each. So you can do the math and see that $2 million to shoot down a $20,000 drone. The math is very much.
Somebody said, "Are we running out of missiles? Or are we running out of weapons?" No. We are not running out of anything. This is the United States of America. This is the greatest military that's ever been created in the history of Earth. No, we're not running out of anything.
Against the United States in a situation like that. At the end of the first week, you're talking about several $1 billion worth of defense measures on our part. On the hope, though, is that what we have with the high-energy laser with integrated optical dazzler and surveillance, the Helios, would allow us to shoot these things down a whole lot more.
Wonderful says, lol, keep thinking that. Keep thinking that the United States military is the greatest military in the history of the world. I don't have to keep thinking that. It's a fact. You can't deny that. Even as retarded as you are, you cannot deny that. Okay? The greatest military the greatest superpower that's ever been created is the United States military.
Cheaply, and of course, in Ukraine has developed lots of strategies for using even cheaper drones as little as $2,500 a piece to take down those drones.
Like the only reason that Iran is standing is because we're only targeting the bad people. Like the United States could just destroy this entire region if we wanted to. That's not how we operate, but absolutely could level it, and it wouldn't even. It would be a Thanos snap, and it would be over. But that's obviously not what is going to happen. That's not what we're going to do. But could in a Thanos snap.
Discuss is Steve Yates, former deputy.
You never served OMG, sir? I'll have you know, served multiple tours in the Modern Warfare 2 lobbies. Some things I don't want to repeat, some things I don't want to discuss, but and I evaded multiple bans from Xbox Live. So yeah, pretty sure I'm pretty qualified. Pretty sure I'm qualified, okay? So I'm not here to brag. And again, I don't need you guys telling me how brave and stunning I was. I'm not here to brag. I'm not here for credit, but served a few tours. Okay. Served a few tours in the Modern Warfare 2 lobbies. Okay. So there you have it.
The National Security Advisor for Vice President Cheney. He directed George Bush's national security team against Saddam Hussein and Osama bin Laden. So great to have you this morning, Steve. So big picture right off the top. Is the United States running out of ammunition?
Bro, like that's the thing is like there's people I've seen, I've known people, somebody just said it served in Black Ops 1 and 2. And like, obviously, like legit stolen valor is a terrible thing. And I would never do it in real life. But like, I've seen like people, I've heard of people doing that, like going to restaurants and they're like, "Are you military?" And they're like, I served in Modern Warfare 1 and 2. Yeah. And they're like, "Oh, so we have a discount for you." I'm like, that is bad karma, bro. Respect the military. Respect the greatness of the brave soldiers in the military. But memeing it, yeah, that's it for losers in the chat that want to come at you and cry and go, "You never served." You know what? I did. I served up several N-words. Had to be careful. I served up several N-words in the Modern Warfare 2 lobbies, okay? And many more were served up to me. Many more. Hundreds of thousands of N-words were served up to me, all right? And on top of that, a lot of people apparently slept with my mom back in the day during the Xbox Live days. I didn't know she got around that much. And I'm like, "Mom, what the hell? Apparently you have been busy," because everybody has been with you in the Xbox Live lobbies.
Well, according to the Secretary of War, we are, of course, using supply, but we still have plenty to conclude this mission. And just as you were noting, sort of in the math of they've expended a lot to the point where they're now sort of apologizing to their neighbors and maybe pulling back, they should be throwing fewer ordnance our way and towards our allies, and we should be expending a little less as this grinds forward just a little bit more. I see this right now as a way to look at how we always do, apply technology to achieve another revolution in military affairs, not to extend this war, but to extend the peace beyond this war. If America stays ahead, wins the technology, wins the space race, uses these means to kind of put these regional powers in their place when necessary, that's going to ultimately be a massive down payment on extended deterrence in Asia, the Middle East, and our home hemisphere.
How quickly can contractors who provide things like the Patriot missiles and the THAAD interceptors, how quickly can they ramp up production if needed?
Well, some of this is our standing on our own way. Obviously, President Trump is fully on board with the idea of flattening the old way of doing business where Beltway bandits became billionaires and things were too expensive, produced too few of them, and arrived way too late. So that old way of doing business has to stop. And I'm pretty sure the president might have shared an opinion or two along those lines. So whether it's regulatory holdups or other kinds of permitting, we've got to streamline these things. I think that's the two sides of the coin that Secretary Hegseth has really made a priority. One is the warrior ethos, and the other is we've got to do business at the speed of war in this century. And that's, I think, where this meeting comes right into front and center.
Yeah,
All right,
we have to go.
I'm blaming this one on Jay. Okay? I'm blaming this one on Jay. You can't get mad at me for this story because I'm only sharing it because Jay Drunk 3PO just tweeted this out. Damn it, Jay. None of us wanted to know about this, but because I had to see it in my Twitter feed, Jay is responsible. Jay just shared this. What a way to go. Los Angeles police have reported that a 46-year-old man has passed away early this morning after allegedly cutting off his own, you know what, across from the LA Convention Center and bled to death. Officials say they do not know what may have motivated the man to harm himself, and the incident remains under investigation. I didn't need to know this, Jay. I didn't need to know this. Nobody needed to know this, Jay. But now we've all had to be informed because of you. Okay? Jeez. That is disturbing, to say the least. So, my goodness. Yeah, I would imagine that there's some mental illness involved in that. I would imagine there's a little bit of mental illness, but who knows? Is it decentric for 10 says, did you see the Democrat Brandon Herrera is going against? It's Jabba the Hutt wife after eating 2 grown adults and a bag of chips. I don't know how it walks. I haven't yet. I've heard, but I haven't seen it. So I'm looking forward to checking that one out. Star Wars Subscriber says, thank you for your service. Thank you. Let's see. Marmellin says, we just stole a president of a country in a month before pummeling the shit out of Iran. You are retarded if you think otherwise. Well, I mean, again, TDS people are retarded, so that's why. Mark Andre Ward says, leaving for Orlando next week. See y'all at MegaCon. Hell yeah, man. That's what's up. Miniature of Fun Things says, one of our biggest complaints is that we stretched out a war to last 20 years because it was profitable. We're not running out of ammo, lols. Exactly. John Wayne says that some of the most dumbest and outrageous propaganda I've heard so far is that Iran has won and Trump is begging for mercy. People who believe this shit are beyond help and aren't worth the energy debating. I mean, that's kind of where I've been with Twitter, where it's just like, why even have conversations with these people? Why get in discussions with these people? It is a giant waste of time. It really is. And I just can't bring myself to, to even talk about it. Hey, right here, the NYPD has, I think this is about the Jake Lang situation, if I'm not mistaken. So right here, hang on. NYPD News says, watch the NYPDPC and NYPD executive brief the media on an ongoing investigation. Too many women already.
Good afternoon. I am here to brief you on a situation that occurred earlier today during protests outside of Gracie Mansion, from which footage of suspicious devices has been circulating on social media. The information that I am about to provide is preliminary and it is subject to change. At approximately 11 a.m., 2 separate demonstrations, a protest and a counter-protest, commenced in the area of East End Avenue and East 87th Street. The initial protest, called Stop the Islamic Takeover of New York City, Stop New York City Public Muslim Prayer, organized by individuals associated with far-right provocateur Jake Lang, drew approximately 20 participants. The counter-protest, Run the Nazis Out of New York City, Stand Against Hate, took place nearby with roughly 125 participants at its peak. Both groups were separated into designated protest areas by NYPD officers. Shortly before noon, tensions escalated between individuals in the 2 groups. At 12:15 p.m., a protester associated with the Jake Lang group used pepper spray against counter-protesters and was arrested thereafter. At approximately 12:38 p.m., a counter-protester identified as Amir Balat, an 18-year-old man, lit and threw an ignited device toward the protest.
Was he a citizen? We would like that information.
Area, landing in the crosswalk of East 87th Street and East End Avenue. Witnesses reported seeing flames and smoke as it traveled through the air before it struck a barrier and extinguished itself a few feet from police officers. Mr. Balat then ran southbound on East End Avenue toward 86th Street and gets a second device from a man tentatively ID'd as Ibrahim Nick, 19 years old. Mr. Balat lights the device and starts running with it. He then drops the device on the west side of East End Avenue between East 86th and East 87th Streets. Officers immediately secured the area and they took both men into custody. This was all captured on NYPD Argus camera. The bomb squad responded and examined the devices. Based on preliminary examination and X-ray imaging, the devices which were a bit smaller than a football, appear to be a jar wrapped in black tape, importantly, with nuts, bolts, and screws, along with a hobby fuse.
So it is interesting that I've heard the word far right. I don't think I've heard the word far left, but I have heard the word far right so far from her. But nothing about the far, unless I missed it. I don't recall hearing far left, but I heard far right.
That could be lit. At this time, we do not yet know whether the devices were functional improvised explosive devices or hoax devices, because we don't yet know if there was energetic.
I mean, you could just look at this picture and know exactly how these people vote and how these people feel. You can just look at it. This right here, this looks like a picture from a Netflix show right here. We're going to have diversity, which means less white people or white dudes. We're going to have an overweight white dude that probably everybody makes fun of. All right. You're going to have the black guy who's the respected one of the bunch. And then you're going to have the two women who are in charge. They're the ones telling everyone what to do.
Material contained in them. Both recovered devices are being transported by the bomb squad in a total containment vessel to Rodman's Neck for further testing and analysis. Following the discovery of the devices, officers established a safety perimeter around the area and began a comprehensive search for any additional hazards. That includes canine sweeps as well as manual canvassing of the surrounding blocks, which includes inspections of garbage cans, underneath vehicles, and other locations where additional devices could potentially be hidden. These sweeps are still ongoing. In total, 6 arrests were made today in connection with the events. Those arrests include the 2 individuals responsible for handling and deploying the devices, the individual who used pepper spray earlier in the protest, and additional arrests related to disorderly conduct and obstructing traffic. This investigation remains active, and we will continue working to analyze the devices and to determine whether anyone else may have been involved. I have been in regular communication today with Mayor Mamdani about the situation.
Oh, that makes me feel better.
There is no indication that this is related to the ongoing hostilities in Iran, but the investigation is still ongoing given the heightened threat environment. Important to note, I always speak about the police running towards the danger whenever.
The hostilities in Iran. The hostilities in Iran? You mean the direct threats to America from Iran? You mean the direct threats to death of America from Iran? You mean that?
Everyone else runs away. Let me be clear, that happened today. Officers, many of whom are here with me, ran toward a man carrying an ignited suspicious device. They put the safety of others and their sworn duty to protect and serve above their own personal safety. And I am grateful that there were no injuries associated with the incident. Today, as always, I thank our police for their noble service. Now I'll take a few questions. Hello.
I can't hear anything they're saying.
Do we know if they were home? I am not able to confirm if they were home or not. I believe they were not. As I mentioned, at this time, we are doing canvassing and canine sweeps. As of now, that canvas and those sweeps have not turned up any additional suspicious devices. As I understand, there was a period of time between the pepper spray incident and the arrest, and officers at the scene did their initial investigation and had to make sure that they were not acting in, that they were acting in a way that wouldn't further inflame tensions. So they made a strategic decision about how and when to conduct that arrest.
So if for those that are curious about what this is all about, right here, hang on, trying to show you what this is all about right here. This is about this situation with Jake Lang. And he tweeted about it. I survived an assassination attempt by these two Muslim men. The homemade bomb they threw landed 3 feet in front of me. The detonator failed to ignite because God is on the throne of my life. We will never surrender to Islam. And he has been retweeting some. He says, let's see. Muslims are, let's see. So there's Laura Loomer talking about it. President Trump said use the military to round up Muslims and mass deport them. Protesters throw rocks and attempt to block U-Haul carrying Jake Lang and other anti-Muslim protesters held outside of Gracie Mansion today in NYC. Yep. White liberal women, always the worst. Always.
This is the New York City Police Department. You are unlawfully obstructing pedestrian traffic. You are ordered to disperse now to permit the safe flow of pedestrian traffic. If you do so voluntarily.
Remember when New York used to be a respectable place? You remember that? Remember when New York used to be a place where it was respected? It was known for its class. And now it's just an absolute disaster. It's just awful. Absolutely awful. It's right here. There we go. There. Look at that.
Close your eyes for a moment and imagine stepping back in time. The year is 1950. The streets of New York City are alive with the hum of classic cars, the chatter of well-dressed pedestrians, and the distant tunes of jazz drifting from a smoky club in Harlem. Skyscrapers stretch toward the heavens. Neon lights flicker in Times Square, and the scent of fresh pretzels fills the air. This was a city of dreams, of elegance, of boundless opportunity.
Not anymore, though. Now it's Mom Donnie's place now, man. This is New York right here. This chaos, absolute insanity. So is what it is. Diversity is our strength, apparently. Mellow Yellow says never served tax. Hey, Dante's Plague says retail service ribbon tax. Thank you. Sexy Moon Goddess for 50 says super gay birthday tax. Happy birthday, Jeremy. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. And yes, I guess my birthday gets here a little earlier with the time change, or maybe a little later. I don't freaking know. But yes, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thomas Jones says it looks like crap AI. Well, happy birthday. Thank you. I appreciate it. Redcap says, about how long does it take to get a shirt from Rippison, bud? Roll Tide. The reason, so this one ends on Tuesday, and we're ending it on Tuesday so we can get these out to everybody before MegaCon. So quick turnaround on these items right here. So if you're ordering the MegaCon t-shirt or the CobraCast hoodie, you should get this very, very quickly. That's why we're ending it on Tuesday night at midnight, right after Tuesday night's main event. And we'll get these shipped out as soon as possible. That is the plan anyway. So hopefully you'll check it out, man. Let's see. I wouldn't go to New York if you paid me. Yeah, I've been a few times and not a fan. Ehab says explosion at the U.S. Embassy in Norway. Really? All right, let me look that up. Kelly 199 says happy birthday, gay boy. Thank you, Kelly. Appreciate it. Far Right says I heard her talking about me. What? She doesn't understand. It's me and Monica's argue who's more far right. I knew where you were going with that, but I said Monica. I didn't say anything else but Monica, like Monica Geller in the show Friends. That's what I was referencing. Okay. John Jones says, as much as I'd like to revisit the World Trade Center Memorial at some point, with the current state of NYC, it just doesn't seem feasible. This is true. John freaking Murdoch says, happy birthday, Tex. Happy Jessica. John never shows up on Sundays, and I respect that, but he's here the day before, which I don't know if I'm streaming tomorrow, but either way, hail to you, John. Appreciate you, man. Hi, this is Dustin. Says your birthday doesn't get here faster. It's an hour shorter. Man, fuck that. All right. Can let me live. Let me live. Don't call me out on this. Let me live. James All Day says, welcome to the communism. NYC, you voted for this. Yes, they did. Predon Corp says, Jeremy's old. He has a birthday month. He's gay. Suffer, Jeremy Prime. When is Casino's returning what? Monday? I've been missing Kino Casino, man. Come on. Tree Bear says the world is on fire tax. Okay, that was a good one, Tree Bear. So I got to show this. So Tree Bear does a meme, okay? And somebody got mad at him. And Tree Bear basically only talks in memes at this point in time, which I appreciate. So right here, here it is. He makes this meme right here, okay? And he's like, prestige worldwide, hunt for the Ayatollah G&G 199. All right? So there you got, prestige worldwide, hunt for the Ayatollah. So good. All right? So he makes this one, all right? And then she didn't like it. Is this funny? The world is on fire. I can't appreciate this. Sorry. Tree Bear responds with, for extreme cases of butt hurt, try this. Ace Tinanofen. If you know, you know. All right? If you know, you know. Oh, man. What a great reply. What a perfect reply. Good job, Tree Bear. Good job. John freaking Murdoch says, I actually do watch you on Sundays. I'm just lurking unseen. Respect, brother. Respect. I didn't know that, but I just thought you took the day off from watching. So I get it now. So no problem at all. Gator says, happy birthday, Jeremy. Jessica, Mary, Lady, Aaron D. Thank you. Alex Eric says, happy birthday, Fig. Meta PC code 199. Let's freaking go. Meta PC code 199. All right, I want to look up this U.S. Embassy, you said? Let me see if I can find anything on that. All right, here we go right here. Armed police are surrounding the U.S. Embassy in Norway after a reported explosion. Right there. That's what we got. Technically, it's not his birthday. Not yet. Not yet, but it will be soon tomorrow. And I haven't I don't know if I'm streaming or not tomorrow. Ministry of Rump Think on Rumble says to put in perspective how stupid the people saying the U.S. is losing are. Imagine if Trump and 40 members of the cabinet were bombed, and the next two lines were the Navy destroyed, the Navy's destroyed, air superiority's lost, our neighbors are lashing out at us, and then having some moron in Iran claim that they aren't showing us the truth. The United States is winning. Yes, it is hilarious. And this is Jeremy. Will you address the scandal allegations against members of your chat? There are allegations going around the ABF and Jessica were. I'm not going to address that. Hickers, New Jersey says spring ahead. Fallback tax. Happy 47th, you young shit. 59 and feeling fine. Hail the 199. Mod Eric says the Mamdani administration is refusing to call the attempted bombing a bombing. They are calling it an incendiary device, not a bomb. That sounds about right for them. Are we back? Are we back? Are we back? All right, we're good. I think we're back. Is it still frozen? All right, we're back. All right, cool. It happens. Nothing you can do about it, really. So here's a picture of it right here. Look at that. That's a picture of it. Holy crap. That is absolutely insane. And John freaking Murdoch says, I don't take a break from watching just from Super Chats. I tried to make up for it during the week. Hey, I totally understand, brother. I totally understand. I appreciate it, John, more than you know, man. Thank you so much. Lapco says, mentally challenged tax. Hope this funds a cure. I'm pulling for you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate that. Demi Moore's Tapeworm says, Microsoft is what Jeremy's wife calls his PP. That's why I have an iPhone. Always hard and easy to use. Happy birthday. Remember your 40th. Man, it's been a long time since I've been doing it. I can't believe I've been doing YouTube as long as I've been doing it. And I got nothing to show for. Just a bunch of memes. So, I guess that's what works, though, right? And so, what do you have to show for all the work you've done on YouTube? Memes? Is that it? Yeah, just memes. Like, okay. So again, loud blast heard near the U.S. Embassy in Norway, Reuters reports. So that is all we have right now. Okay. Let's see here. Did they say that right here? Okay, I want to hear this again. All right, hang on.
At approximately 12:38 p.m., a counter-protester identified as Amir Balat, an 18-year-old man, lit and threw an ignited device toward the protest.
Ignited device. Get the fuck out of here. Ignited device.
Area, landing in the crosswalk of East 87th Street and East End Avenue. Witnesses reported seeing flames and smoke as it traveled through the air before it struck a barrier and extinguished itself a few feet from police officers. Mr. Balat then ran southbound on East End Avenue toward 86th Street and gets a second device from a man tentatively ID'd as Ibrahim Nick, 19 years old. Mr. Balat lights the device and starts running with it. He then drops the device on the west side of East End Avenue between East 86th and East 87th Streets. Officers immediately secured the area and they took both men into custody. This was all captured on NYPD Argus camera. The bomb squad responded and examined the devices. Based on preliminary examination and X-ray imaging, the devices, which were a bit smaller than a football, appear to be a jar wrapped in black tape, importantly, with nuts, bolts, and screws, along with a hobby fuse that could be lit. At this time, we do not yet know whether the devices were
The whole way that this is being approached is pathetic. They're dancing around the obvious because they don't want to offend. It's absolutely ridiculous. Let's see. What did Asmongold say right here? Hang on. Asmongold reacts to the school that got bombed in Iran. If they didn't want that to happen, maybe they shouldn't have been funding terror groups and antagonizing a world superpower like America. Holy shit.
Sounds going nuts about a school getting bombed. Oh, a school got bombed? Yeah, I didn't see that. I mean, again, any time that I hear somebody trying to cry and get upset about like, oh my God, Israel and America bombed a school, Iran killed thousands of their own people, and nobody was really talking about that at all. So, yeah, I mean, if a school gets bombed and kids get killed, it's sad. It's obviously a tragedy, but it's collateral damage in a war, and it's inevitable, number one. And number two, if they didn't want that to happen, maybe they shouldn't have been funding terror groups and antagonizing a world superpower like America. Like if you, and this is what I think is ridiculous, right? Is that how is it that you can antagonize somebody for so many years and then they attack you back and now you're the victim? What the hell did you expect? It's kids. I mean, nobody wants to kill them. I mean, that's not even what's happening. And also, Iran had no problem going out there and they said in plain English, we will kill your children if they're saying the wrong things. Sounds going nuts about a school getting bombed. Oh, a school got bombed?
And Trump has commented on this. I'm trying to find it right here. Trump has commented on this today. And here's what he had to say.
Did the United States bomb a girls' elementary school in southern Iran on the first day of the war and kill 175 people?
Based on what I've seen, that was done by Iran.
Is that true, Mr. Hegson? It was Iran who did that?
Investigating.
Still investigating.
But the only side that targets civilians is Iran.
So Pete Hegseth said that the only side that targets civilians is Iran. And Trump said, based on what I've seen, it was done by them. So that's where we are on it right now. And ultimately, I'm going to tell you right now, the people that are pushing this narrative about this school being bombed, they only care about it because of the narrative that U.S. or Israel could have been involved. If it gets 100% confirmed that U.S. or Israel was not involved in that, the people that are talking about this will immediately stop talking about it because they don't care that kids were killed. They don't care that a school got bombed. What they care about is that we can build a narrative that the U.S. and Israel bombed a school. But the moment that they don't have that narrative, they won't care. Simple as that. That's just the unfortunate truth of it. These people don't care. If you cared about kids and schools being bombed in Iran, why didn't you talk about this for the last, decade plus, that you've been aware of what's going on? Why have you never talked about it? Because your NPC programming didn't tell you to worry about it? I mean, it's just like the tweet from Antonio Brown the other day, where you see if I can find it. Let me find this tweet from AB that was going around right here. Dear feminist, Trump just freed the most oppressed women on the planet, and you hated it. These are the people that tell you that oppression is bad and that women should never be oppressed. And here Trump is freeing the most oppressed women on the planet, and the feminists are mad. The feminists hate Trump for it because they don't actually care about these things. Anyone that virtue signals about anything, they don't really care. They only care because they can build a narrative around it. Nobody's offended over words. Nobody's offended over anything. They just pretend to be offended because it makes them feel good about themselves. But you all grew up, in your own little friend group and whatever. I've grown up in my different friend groups. And again, man, people just don't get offended over stuff, man. Again, I've had friends that are, super, super religious, and they don't even tell me like not to cuss in front of them. But if I find out somebody's religious, like really, really religious, because I am myself, but if somebody is like, next level on that, and I try not to cuss around them if I'm in their vicinity because I respect their beliefs, but they don't virtue signal it. They don't go, "Oh my God, you're hurting me by saying mean words around me," like, or whatever. They believe in what they believe in. They're true to it. They don't have to worry about crying when someone else says something that they don't like. Nobody cares about this stuff in the real world. It just doesn't happen. And so all these people that are pretending to be for this cause or for that cause, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. And that's why I always reject any level of virtue signaling, because it's not real. It just it does not exist. It's all fake. It's all performative. It's a bunch of fucking theater kids pretending to care about something that they truly know nothing about. Let's see. Lapko says, I got that one. Let's see. Why is Skylar White talking when I had that NYC woman up? Holy crap. Oh, that's good. I didn't see that one earlier. Spike says, what's the over-under on if the bomber will be out soon? Mom Donnie will probably let him go. Driver says, girls at school in Iran, weird. Yeah, pretty much. And let me see. There's another thing I wanted to bring up. This is a great tweet from Antonio Brown. It's very much on point, too. Oh, hang on. Dang it. Better did it again. All right. So no casualties reported on this explosion outside of the U.S. Embassy in Norway. So that's where we are. That's the latest update that we have. Nothing else has been updated. Got that. And yeah, the thing that everybody's talking about right now on my timeline is this Asmongold Mythic thing. I don't know a lot about it. So apparently Asmongold co-founded this talent agency Mythic, and now they are separate. They are distancing themselves from Asmongold for whatever reason. But I don't know a lot about it. Here we go. Asmongold and Mythic Talent have mutually split after he co-founded the agency in 2023. Hasn't Asmon been doing, how long has Asmon been doing the political stuff? How long has he been hitting that level of the political stuff? It's been, what, several years now, right? If I'm not mistaken. So the fact that he co-founded this in 2023, that means that's right around the time, maybe, so 2 to 3 years. So that's probably around the time that he started doing the political stuff, right around the time he started this agency, right? So, what did you expect? Mythic Talent posted a statement on March 7th saying that they spoke with Asmon and both sides agreed to part ways, adding they represent creators from a wide range of backgrounds. And I've already addressed that. Whenever you have a company that says anything remotely close to this right here, that essentially means that they represent a wide range of backgrounds and are committed to respect and responsibility as long as you're not a Trump supporter. That's pretty much it. And you can basically do anything you want if you're not a white dude. But if you're a white dude, you better not be anything remotely close to a Trump supporter, because if you are, we will have to get rid of you. The timing lines up with the streamer Casey Tron publicly attacking Mythic for representing Asmongold and calling his edgy political content cheering death, which sparked harassment towards the agency's VTuber talents. Asmongold has already stepped back from operational leadership months earlier and no longer needed the agency as one of his biggest independent streamers, as he's one of the biggest independent streamers across Twitch, Kick, and YouTube. The split is the latest in a series of departures and terminations at Mythic, including Tectone and Vienna, signaling internal shifts. Asmongold continues streaming normally with no announced changes to his content or schedule. So they got rid of Tectone as well. Let's see. The Asmongold Mythic Talent Split is the latest chapter in a creator agency drama. Here's more context as to why Asmund split. Got that. Yeah. Okay. Unlike a dramatic firing, this was mutual. Asmongold is now big enough on his own platforms that he doesn't need management help, and he already had relinquished operational control earlier. The agency has seen multiple high-profile exits recently, so I don't really understand what the point of a talent agency is, but I maybe it's because I'm not talented, but but that's the latest, and this is the Casey Tron tweet right here, where she was trying to get. They were basically signaling to people, this company, that you can't be affiliated with Asmongold. Again, as much as cancel culture has been affected, and it's not as big as it used to be, it still exists. It still exists. We got the man, bro, dude for a proper 199 and says, I've had 2 large pours of bourbon tonight. I need some Tigs. Get on it. You know what? I can make that happen because I respect you. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. It's a great site. Wonderful site. Beautiful site. And you know what? Just because, okay? Mid, bro, get out of here with that mid nonsense, okay? Get out of here with that. But I can do you one better if you'd like, chat. One better. Anna Paulina Luna in the house. There we have it right there. You're welcome, chat. That is America's ass right there. America's ass. Okay. Woo. Yep. There it is. There it is. I am curious. All right. I am curious. APL or Sydney Sweeney, chat. Okay. Which one, chat? I'm curious what the chat thinks. Which one? Oh, this is a close one. Oh, this is very close. Wow. APL had a lead, and now Sydney Sweeney has taken a small lead. While we're trying to figure that out, Sweet Potato Knight in the chat says that they're both mid. Sweet Potato Knight says both of them are mid.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women, sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
I know he's trolling. He always says it every time. Every time. So Sydney Sweeney is winning, ladies and gentlemen. I guess I get that. She's definitely like the pop culture girl. I'll take Luna, but yeah. Lapco says, for those wondering, the 199 has less of a chance of referring to our IQs and more of a chance of referring to our credit scores. Cicero, is that how I say it? Cicero says, in relation to Asmon, wasn't the talent agency Mr. Beast ran by Nancy Pelosi's son? I wonder if somehow that is relevant. Birds of a feather. I don't know. I mean, one thing I'll say about Mr. Beast is I don't trust Mr. Beast at all. I think Mr. Beast is borderline evil. And I don't trust him at all. And I think it's dangerous because I think Mr. Beast is going to continue to be very, very prominent and very, very he's going to be very relevant. And I think that he is a complete psychopath. Like I think he's crazy. Like, and it's so creepy, his weird kind of smile and then those dead eyes, and the fact that like all he is a content machine. Like the algorithm controls every aspect of Mr. Beast's entire existence. And the fact that his fan base is majority children, heavy majority children, and he had a trans friend, a friend that was literally like a dude's dude. Like that guy was like driving a pickup truck, you know, hunting and fishing and talking shit. And suddenly that guy became a trans freak. And Mr. Beast like endorsed that shit. And then like as soon as it got bad for his brand, he cut ties with it. Very weird, man. Very weird. And in fact, I'll never forget because Sonny V2 made a video about that. Sonny V2 made a video. Sonny V2, I haven't heard about him in a long time. I don't know where he's at these days. But yeah, right here. Sonny V2 said how the Chris Tyson, he's changed the title on this because he got so much backlash on it. It's got 10 million views. But yeah, with Chris Tyson and all of that, that was a bad situation.
Situation could become a complete disaster for Mr. Beast's brand. However, it may also provide some unique benefits. So let's begin by going over the drama before explaining exactly how this will impact the Mr. Beast channel. In mid-2022, fans began to notice that Chris Tyson was changing. In the early days, he represented the quintessential Southern gun and truck-loving dude. Yet beginning in March 2022, Chris began to display increasingly feminine traits, making tweets such as, "I finally got my nails done at a nail tech." Additionally, Chris would highlight that his facial appearance had changed significantly since the start of the pandemic, which accompanied another post reading, "Okay, so in 4 different customs, I had to prove I was myself because I, quote, look nothing like my passport pic, so much that I'm considering updating my passport. Do you see any resemblance?" Prompting replies such as, "You went from
Josiah Rises, always there. Our boy Josiah, always involved. Everywhere you go, Josiah is there. Every freaking where you go."
Man to boy. Chris responded by stating, "Nah, to be honest, I just really started taking my mental health seriously and eating better." Yet his Twitter photos kept insinuating that Chris was becoming more feminine, with this same kind of look showing up in his Mr. Beast appearances. For example, on the 6th of January 2023, Beast Reacts uploaded a video titled "I strapped a GoPro to a fish," in which Chris dressed in a way that prompted comments such as, "Chris has been adopting more and more traits that remind me of my grandmother." Okay, so some people just gonna ignore Chris's nails. Chris had to have lost a bet. The look is getting wild. The response to the video then prompted countless viral TikToks, such as this one with 700,000 likes, stating, "How did Chris go from this?"
Now, what's important, and for some people, you may not know this, and I understand that because there's so many different segments of the internet. But what you have to understand is that Mr. Beast is the biggest creator on the internet, and it's not even close. And his audience is heavily skewed to children. Okay. Mr. Beast, I don't know how many fucking subscribers he has. How many subscribers does Mr. Beast have now? Like it's absolutely like it's can't even comprehend how many subscribers this guy has. Mr. Beast has 470 million subscribers. 470 million. And this is predominantly kids that are subscribed to him. So the reason that this is important is because this was his best friend. His best friend literally transitioned in front of hundreds of millions of young, impressionable kids.
To this, while others even made the claim that Carl had turned him gay. Now, this was pretty ridiculous, as Carl isn't even that feminine, and Chris had come out as bisexual years before he and Carl had even met. The true catalyst for Chris Tyson's feminization instead seemed to have come from his marriage. In January 2022, Chris would post a photo with his wife to his Instagram, yet after this, the family photo stopped altogether. Fans also noticed that he'd removed his wedding ring, with the ring's absence correlating perfectly with the very first post in which
Like this right here, dude. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
he'd painted his nails. Chris confirmed the split in a post from March 2023 reading, "For a little over a year now, me and Katie have been separated," with this also confirming that Chris's transformation began as soon as his marriage came to an end. Chris went from lighting campfires and raising a family with his beautiful wife to now trying to be a wife with his man buns and long nails. As the criticism continued to pile, Chris announced that he'd be taking a break from social media. And while there was a possibility that Chris would make efforts to return to his former self, he'd rather do the opposite and double down on his feminine image, showing up to the Kids' Choice Awards looking like this before making the announcement that he'd been doing HRT for approximately 2 months, which according to a quick Google search is the medical process for change.
So somebody that is so focused on their image as Mr. Beast, all he cares about is his image. He only cares about how people perceive him. I personally have nothing to base this off of. I believe he got a lot of money, tons of money, and they pushed this nonsense so that they can continue to try and poison children's brains with this nonsense. That's just my theory, okay? Not accusing anybody of anything. I'm just telling you that's my theory. Why else would this happen? The most prominent member of his crew outside of him, obviously, and it was Chris. Chris was the most prominent member of his crew. And then as Mr. Beast becomes the biggest creator in the world, YouTube favors him. They favor his videos. They do everything they can to put him out there. And the whole time that this is going, suddenly Chris Tyson starts to transition
genders. Chris would expand on this by stating, "Informed consent HRT saved my and many others' lives. The hurdles GNC people have to jump through to get life-saving gender-affirming healthcare in a first world country is wild to me. Just let people make informed decisions about their own bodies," which received a positive response from both Carl and Mr. Beast, who wrote, "Got you. I did one more heart than Carl because I'm a better friend." While his co-workers expressed positivity, others weren't so welcoming. There goes a father figure the kid won't ever be able to look up to. Hard times create strong men create good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. Weak man times. Chris responded to this comment by stating, "This is just more dog whistling that somehow trans and GNC folks aren't safe around kids. Tucker begs for me to come back when I leave for like 2 days to film. He is so loved and happy. Kids aren't born with hate, it's taught by people like you, and my child will only know love. I know I'm going to be a great parent, and so is every other person who puts the love of their child before everything. I made this decision because I wanted to show up as my best and happiest self for him. In a way, this was for Tucker." Chris's response received some positivity such as, "I'm convinced you're an amazing father. Tucker is lucky to have you and also lucky to have all of those who surround and support you in his life, as well as I adore that. I'm glad you made that decision. It's so much easier to be a parental figure when you're not struggling with dysphoria, yet he'd also receive an equal amount of backlash. You ripped apart your family and took a father figure away from your son just so you could paint your nails and act zesty. Pathetic. He will get torn apart at school, won't want to have friends around his house. A life full of difference and being alone. Must have missed the point in that tweet. How's this for him when you're depriving him of a father figure?" Although Chris wasn't altered by these comments, as he'd once again reiterate his certainty in a new post reading, "It's never too late to start being yourself," which received praise from Mr. Beast as well as Nolan and Carl. However, these comments
and YouTube right there, official YouTube account co-signing it right there. The official YouTube account co-signing it.
Comments also added extra fuel to the fire. In a few years, look back at this thread and remember they were never your friends. Only yes men cowards. Hope you come out of this safe. MrBeast responded to this with a simple opinion irrelevant ratio, to which the original commenter would state, I have 30 followers, so go ahead and ratio me. I'll still rest easy knowing that I'm not a coward who idly sits by watching my friend ruin his own life.
100%. That right there. That guy, Chad, right there. Like, that guy right there doesn't give a damn.
Knowing that I'm not a coward who idly sits by watching my friend ruin his own life. In some ways, it was nice to see the boys standing up for Chris on Twitter. However, the situation has already begun to change the dynamic within the videos. For example, in a recent live stream titled Opening 1,000 Mystery Art Boxes, Chris would once again dress in quite a feminine way, and while everybody participated as usual, the energy and vibe didn't feel nearly as smooth as it normally does. It felt as though there was an unaddressed elephant in the room, and therefore everybody was in their head, as opposed to being in the present moment enjoying each other's company. Maybe everybody was simply too busy opening packages, but Chris did make these bizarre jokes about Jimmy being female, making him incredibly uncomfortable.
Oh my God, Jimmy, look, they drew you. Jimmy, they drew you so well. It looks just like you.
Oh, yes.
Oh my God, it's Jimmy.
How did fan art? This is what we were looking for. Be brave, be honest, be kind. Mr. Beast. That is my tagline.
Becoming even weirder when each member started to pay each other compliments.
Hey, nice shirt. Thanks, dude. Nice shirt.
Hey, nice shirt.
Thanks, dude. Nice shirt.
Thanks. Nice shirt.
Nice shoes.
For the most part, the live stream was devoid.
Did you just misgender your friend? Oh, he said, thanks, dude. Nice shirt. Well, you're going to get canceled for that, buddy.
Of awkward moments. However, it would act as fodder for another 100 million views worth of drama and criticism. Chris likely believes that people will slowly adapt to his new appearance over time, but is this really going to happen? Well, maybe. It's difficult to say as the situation is fairly unique, especially when considering Chris's reputation and influence.
So I'll leave it there, but I'll just give you the fast forward because this video was made before the fallout, but now Chris Tyson is no longer part of MrBeast crew because there was a ton of backlash with, I feel like there was an issue with a Discord server involving Chris Tyson talking to people that he shouldn't have been talking to. I can't remember all the details of it, but I feel like there was a situation with Discord I think that's what it is. And so because of that, MrBeast moved away from it and moved away from Chris Tyson. Yep. And didn't this all happen after that? Yeah. Yes. So that happened after this video and it proved Sunny V2 right. And now Chris Tyson has essentially disappeared from the public eye. MrBeast has publicly moved away from him. Because of course, well, what happened to standing by your friend? Oh man, suddenly this person gets busted doing some creepy shit. And now you've got to distance yourself. Interesting indeed. So that's a long way of telling you why I don't trust MrBeast. I don't trust him at all. I think that he is bad for the internet. I think he's bad for his young followers. And I think that his brand of YouTube has been bad for the platform as well. So we'll just leave it at there though. Alex says that you don't cuss around Odin. You just look for hookers. Okay. That is one of the funniest streams we've ever done. Full context here is that Odin, you guys know Odin from Friday Night Tights and Geeks and Gamers. And Odin is a very, very, very religious person. We love Odin. He's a great guy. And, you know, he very much believes in his faith, and I respect that. And he's got his family. And so I went to Odin's and I picked him up and we did a truck video live stream. And I just wanted to go look for hookers in New Orleans. And I don't think that that's a big problem. I was like, let's just look for some hookers just to film them and see what they're up to. Because, you know, that's what you do when you either go gambling or you find hookers. And so we were driving around and he was just like praying and he's just like, this is terrible. I'm like, dude, I just want to see the hookers. Maybe you can save one of them. And we just need to see if they're hot, you know, like we just want to judge this. And the whole time he's just like, bro, this is an awful idea. But yeah, I don't know where that stream is at, but it was awesome. MAGA Mike says, did you see Canada euthanized 100,000 people so far in 2026? One of the most shocking reports I've probably heard. God help these people. It's crazy, man. It really is. I did see it. Yes. Packing Proton says, my L take, Sydney has resting B face. So APL. Sydney does not, but you did pick the right one. Wyoming Sasquatch says both APL and Sweeney. Oh, where's the poll at? All right, so Sweeney is winning over 1,000 votes. Sydney Sweeney wins. Packing Proton says, never saw Mr. Beast's video, never heard of him before you guys. Yeah, it's the videos are terrible. So Fetigator says, Mr. Beast is a product of the CIA propaganda wing. Packing Proton says, we need a meme update squad video team. What happened to the It's Ma'am guy? Where is he now? Hey, that's a good question. SBZ says, release the Josiah Rises list. Bubba Doom says, the transmission stuff is all Romans 1. Cornboy199 with the Krista emojis is, did I see MCU fan here? MCU fan is here. Where is MCU fan? Let's see, is MCU fan really here? He is here. MCU fan is here. Oh, there he is. You know what? This is for you, MCU fan.
I was not ready for that. I was not ready for that. What just happened?
There you go, MCU fan. Calm down, buddy. Shorty Short says, the hooker stream. I remember the Dancing Vader. The Dancing Vader was awesome. It was awesome. Timothy Finch says, as someone who gets panic attacks when I'm even near alcohol, I can relate to Odin. Can't stand being in the same room as that stuff. Drives me crazy. I hear you, man. Odin's a good sport about it. But he was definitely uncomfortable. And so, it was funny though. Johnny Whiskid says, what do I tell people that still call Trump a pedo? I had Carl's Jr. today. Do you feel it similar to BK? The thing that makes it unique is that it's charbroiled. The fries, though, looked pale. I just ignore these people that talk about Trump. It doesn't even matter. Yeah, a little bit similar to BK. A post on Facebook reads, fans of Megan Fox is 100 times more beautiful than Sweeney. I said she's hot in her own way, but can't outmatch Sweeney. I got 472 likes and laughs. Got called weird, crazy, and other words. Welcome to Facebook. Garfield's Bizarre Adventure says, did you see EVS claim that Yellow Flash is bullying him? Same EVS has made videos attacking Nerdardic's wife, tweets targeting Eric July's Infinite, and what a crying fig. No, I don't pay attention to all that. Am I frozen again? But back now. Okay. No, I don't pay attention to any of that stuff, man. So, yeah. So let them do what they're going to do, but it really doesn't matter to me. It has no effect on me. Let's see. I'm back now. Okay, good. Well, we are done. Ha ha, laughing man. You didn't get a chance to predict that I was wrapping it up. So boom, we are done. But again, MegaCon this weekend. Make sure you go over to Ripasend, get a hoodie, get a t-shirt, all of that. We'll go from there. This is the third time Jeremy freezes when he reads Rumble Rants. Might be. Let's see here. Quagmire says, I've only been around the fellowship for 2 years, and I just listened to the Alex Jones on FNT 200. What a different world we live in now. Hail all. Definitely. Drew Barrett says, It's Ma'am Guy released a rap album in 2019 called Stir the Pot and hasn't been seen in the public eye since. I remember there was a report about the It's Ma'am Guy, but I kind of remember that. But yes, tomorrow is my birthday, so I might go live. I don't know yet. We'll see. But other than that, I do appreciate it. When am I gaming again? I might run some Fortnite tomorrow night. Might do a chill stream. If I stream, I'll let you guys know, and then I won't do just a gaming stream. If I do, I'll run a regular CobraCast, and then I might do a chill stream playing some Fortnite with the boys. Okay? Maybe that. But I do appreciate it. Thank you all so much for all of the super chats, the conversation, and everything else. Make sure you go check out our stuff on Ripperson. Check out geeksandgamers.com. You guys have a good evening, and we will talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.